The internationalworldwisdomwell.com brings you this carefully curated rare audiobook, Generational Trauma. Chapter 1, The Legacy Within. Deep within the labyrinth of our souls resides an intricate tapestry woven by the collective experiences, triumphs, and tribulations of our ancestors. Generational trauma, like an invisible thread, weaves through this tapestry, leaving indelible imprints of resilience, pain, wisdom, and strength. It is the legacy we inherit, a complex blend of narratives, beliefs, traditions, and cultural nuances that shape not just our individual identities, but also the collective consciousness of our familial lineage. As we navigate the terrain of generational trauma, it becomes evident that its roots are deeply entrenched in the stories of our forebearers. Each ancestor, with their joys, sorrows, victories, and defeats, contributes to the rich tapestry of our heritage. The echoes of their experiences resonate within us, influencing our perceptions, behaviors, relationships, and responses to life's challenges. Understanding the legacy within requires a journey of introspection and exploration. It beckons us to delve into the annals of our family histories, to unearth the buried treasures of resilience amidst adversity, and to confront the shadows of trauma that linger in the corridors of time. This journey is not merely a quest for knowledge, but a profound reckoning with our collective past, a reckoning that illuminates the paths of healing, reconciliation, and empowerment. Chapter 2, Unveiling the Past. The journey of unveiling the past is akin to embarking on an archaeological expedition, a quest to unearth buried truths, untold stories, and hidden treasures that lie dormant within the layers of time. It requires courage, curiosity, and a willingness to confront both the light and shadow aspects of our ancestral legacies. As we sift through the sands of history, we encounter narratives that speak of triumphs and resilience, stories of ancestors who overcame seemingly insurmountable odds, who forged pathways of progress and prosperity, and who imbued future generations with a legacy of fortitude and determination. These narratives serve as beacons of inspiration, reminding us of the indomitable human spirit that thrives even in the face of adversity. However, alongside tales of triumph, we also confront narratives of pain, trauma, and generational wounds. These are the stories that have often been veiled in silence, shame, or suppression, a legacy of unhealed wounds passed down through the generations. Unveiling these narratives requires a willingness to sit with discomfort, to acknowledge the complexities of our histories, and to honor the experiences of those who came before us. In the process of unveiling the past, we may encounter contradictions, ambiguities, and layers of complexity that challenge our preconceived notions and narratives. It is a humbling journey, one that invites us to embrace nuance, empathy, and a deeper understanding of the human experience across time and space. Chapter 3, The Inherited Burden. Generational trauma carries with it an inherited burden, a weight of experiences, emotions, and legacies that shape our identities and influence our lives in profound ways. This burden is not a choice, but a legacy passed down through generations, a silent inheritance that often goes unrecognized until we embark on the path of healing and self-discovery. At the heart of the inherited burden lies a tapestry of emotions: grief, anger, guilt, shame, resilience, love, and hope interwoven in intricate patterns that define our familial narratives. These emotions are not isolated but interconnected, carrying echoes of past traumas, losses, and triumphs that reverberate through time. Acknowledging the inherited burden is a pivotal step in the journey of healing. It requires a willingness to bear witness to the pain and struggles of our ancestors, to honor their resilience and sacrifices, and to recognize the ways in which their experiences have shaped our own perceptions, beliefs, behaviors, and relationships. This acknowledgement is not about shouldering blame or carrying the weight of the past as an unyielding burden, but rather about embracing a deeper sense of compassion, empathy, and understanding for ourselves and our ancestors. It is a recognition of our shared humanity, a recognition that we are all interconnected, bound by the threads of history and the tapestry of human experience. Chapter 4. Breaking the Silence. Silence can be both a sanctuary and a prison, a refuge from pain and a barrier to healing. In the context of generational trauma, silence often veils untold stories, unspoken emotions, and unresolved conflicts that linger beneath the surface. Breaking the silence is an act of courage, a courageous invitation to speak our truths, to share our stories, and to reclaim our voices from the shadows of silence. Breaking the silence is not a solitary endeavor, but a collective journey, a journey of connection, validation, and empowerment. It involves creating safe spaces for dialogue, expression, and reflection where stories can be shared, emotions can be processed, and healing can begin to unfold. This act of breaking the silence is multifaceted. It encompasses speaking out against injustice, advocating for change, and challenging societal norms and structures that perpetuate cycles of silence and oppression. It is a radical act of reclaiming agency, dignity, and autonomy in the face of adversity. As we break the silence, we create pathways for healing, understanding, and transformation, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. We pave the way for a more compassionate, empathetic, and inclusive world where voices once silenced can resonate with authenticity, resilience, and hope. Chapter 5. Facing Shadows. Confronting the shadows of the past requires a journey into the depths of our souls, a journey of introspection, self-awareness, and self-compassion. These shadows encompass the traumas, fears, insecurities, and vulnerabilities that have been passed down through generations, shaping our identities, behaviors, and relationships. Facing shadows is not about dwelling in darkness, but about bringing light, healing, and integration to the fragmented aspects of ourselves. It is a process of acknowledging the wounds we carry, honoring the resilience that sustains us, and embracing the full spectrum of our humanity with courage and grace. In facing shadows, we confront inherited patterns of dysfunction, self-limiting beliefs, and emotional wounds that have shaped our lives. We dismantle the barriers that inhibit growth, self-expression, and connection, allowing for greater authenticity, vulnerability, and wholeness. This journey of facing shadows is transformative. It invites us to reclaim lost parts of ourselves, to heal deep-seated wounds, and to cultivate resilience, compassion, and self-empowerment. It is a journey of liberation, a liberation from the shackles of the past, and a reclamation of our innate worth, dignity, and potential. Chapter 6. Healing Through Connection. Community and connection are essential pillars of healing generational trauma. In the embrace of a supportive community, we find solace, validation, and a sense of belonging that nourishes our healing journey. Through shared experiences, stories, and empathy, we realize that we are not alone in our struggles and that healing is a collective endeavor. Healing through connection involves forging meaningful relationships, fostering empathy, and creating spaces for authentic dialogue and support. It is a reciprocal process of giving and receiving, of holding space for each other's pain, growth, and transformation. In the presence of a supportive community, we feel seen, heard, and valued, an affirmation of our shared humanity and interconnectedness. This sense of connection fosters resilience, empowerment, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. Chapter 7. The Power of Forgiveness. Forgiveness is a profound act of liberation, a liberation from the chains of resentment, anger, and bitterness that bind us to the past. It is not about condoning harm or denying pain, but about releasing the hold of negative emotions and reclaiming our inner peace and freedom. Forgiveness is a journey, an inner journey of compassion, empathy, and healing. It involves extending forgiveness to ourselves for our own perceived shortcomings and mistakes, and offering forgiveness to others for the wounds they may have inflicted upon us. Forgiveness does not erase the past, but transforms our relationship to it. It allows us to transcend victimhood, reclaim our agency, and embrace the present moment with greater clarity, acceptance, and resilience. Chapter 8: Embracing Cultural Identity. Our cultural identity is a source of strength, resilience, and connection to our ancestral roots. Embracing and celebrating our cultural heritage enriches our healing journey, providing a sense of continuity, belonging, and pride. It reconnects us to the wisdom, traditions, and resilience of our ancestors, guiding us on a path of self-discovery and empowerment. Our cultural identity encompasses not just traditions and customs, but also language, values, beliefs, and worldviews that shape our identities and experiences. It is a tapestry woven with the threads of generations, carrying stories, wisdom, and resilience that transcend time and space. Embracing cultural identity involves honoring ancestral traditions, practicing cultural rituals, and cultivating a deeper understanding of our heritage. It is a celebration of diversity, resilience, and collective memory, a celebration that strengthens our sense of belonging and connection to something greater than ourselves. Chapter 9: Transforming Pain into Purpose. Generational trauma carries within it the seeds of profound transformation and growth. Our struggles, challenges, and wounds hold valuable lessons that can become catalysts for personal and collective healing. By embracing our experiences and reframing our narratives, we harness the power of pain to inspire positive change, resilience, and purpose in our lives and communities. Transforming pain into purpose is a journey of alchemy, an alchemy that transmutes suffering into wisdom, wounds into strengths, and adversity into resilience. It involves finding meaning, lessons, and silver linings in the midst of hardship and using these insights to create positive change in ourselves and the world around us. This journey of transformation invites us to cultivate resilience, empathy, and a deeper sense of purpose. It empowers us to become agents of healing and change, to advocate for justice and equity, and to contribute our unique gifts and talents to the greater good. Chapter 10: Healing Rituals and Practices. Rituals and practices rooted in cultural traditions offer sacred pathways for healing, connection, and transformation. Whether through ceremonies, mindfulness practices, artistic expressions, or ancestral rituals, these practices honor our ancestors, cultivate resilience, and provide a sense of grounding, purpose, and spiritual nourishment on our healing journey. Healing rituals and practices are not mere rituals, but transformative acts of intention and presence. They create sacred spaces for healing, reflection, and connection with ourselves, our ancestors, and the divine. These practices invite us to cultivate mindfulness, gratitude, and reverence for the interconnected web of life. Incorporating healing rituals and practices into our daily lives fosters a deeper sense of connection, purpose, and well-being. It allows us to tap into the wisdom of our ancestors, draw strength from our cultural heritage, and navigate life's challenges with resilience, grace, and spiritual guidance. Chapter 11: Nurturing Self-Compassion. Self-compassion is a cornerstone of healing generational wounds. It involves treating ourselves with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, especially in moments of pain, vulnerability, and self-doubt. Nurturing self-compassion fosters emotional resilience, inner strength, and a deeper sense of self-worth and well-being. Self-compassion is not about self-indulgence or self-pity, but about cultivating a loving and supportive relationship with ourselves. It involves acknowledging our humanity, embracing imperfections, and extending the same compassion and empathy we offer to others to ourselves. Nurturing self-compassion involves practices such as self-care, mindfulness, self-acceptance, and self-forgiveness. It requires us to challenge self-critical thoughts, cultivate self-encouragement, and prioritize our emotional and psychological well-being. By nurturing self-compassion, we create a foundation of resilience, self-care, and self-empowerment that supports us on our healing journey. It allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease, compassion, and authenticity. Chapter 12: Cultivating Resilience. Resilience is the art of bouncing back from adversity and thriving in the face of challenges. It is nurtured through self-awareness, self-care, healthy coping strategies, and a supportive community. Cultivating resilience empowers us to navigate life's ups and downs with courage, grace, and perseverance. Cultivating resilience involves developing emotional intelligence, adaptive coping skills, and a growth mindset. It requires us to embrace challenges as opportunities for learning and growth, to cultivate optimism and hope, and to seek support when needed. Resilience is not about avoiding pain or denying difficulties, but about developing inner strength, flexibility, and resourcefulness in the face of adversity. It involves drawing upon our innate capacities for resilience, such as creativity, adaptability, and social support, to overcome obstacles and thrive. By cultivating resilience, we build a solid foundation for navigating life's challenges, managing stress, and fostering emotional well-being. It allows us to bounce back from setbacks. Chapter 13: Embracing Vulnerability. Embracing vulnerability is an act of profound courage and authenticity. It is the willingness to lean into discomfort, uncertainty, and emotional exposure with openness and compassion. In the realm of generational trauma and ancestral healing, embracing vulnerability is a transformative journey that invites us to acknowledge and honor our wounds, fears, and insecurities without judgment or shame. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness in a world that values strength and resilience, yet it is paradoxically the gateway to authentic connection, intimacy, and healing. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite others into our inner world, fostering deeper relationships built on trust, empathy, and understanding. For those carrying generational trauma, vulnerability can feel daunting. It requires us to confront deeply ingrained patterns of self-protection, defensiveness, and emotional armor that have served as coping mechanisms. However, by embracing vulnerability, we dismantle these barriers, allowing for genuine healing and transformation to take place. Embracing vulnerability is not about exposing ourselves to harm or exploitation, but about cultivating self-awareness, self-compassion, and healthy boundaries. It involves acknowledging our needs, expressing our emotions authentically, and seeking support when needed. In doing so, we create space for genuine connection, growth, and resilience in our lives. Chapter 14: Healing the Family Tree. Healing generational trauma is a profound act of love, compassion, and liberation that ripples through the branches of our family tree. It is a journey of reclaiming lost narratives, honoring ancestral wisdom, and breaking cycles of pain and suffering that have been passed down through generations. Healing the family tree begins with acknowledging and validating the experiences of our ancestors, their triumphs, struggles, traumas, and resilience. It involves recognizing the ways in which generational wounds have impacted our familial dynamics, relationships, and sense of self. As we embark on the journey of healing the family tree, we become agents of change and transformation within our lineage. We release the burdens of shame, guilt, and silence that have weighed down generations, paving the way for healing, reconciliation, and empowerment. Healing the family tree is a collective endeavor that requires compassion, empathy, and a commitment to breaking intergenerational patterns of dysfunction and trauma. It involves fostering open communication, forgiveness, and a shared vision of healing and well-being for ourselves and future generations. By healing the family tree, we create a legacy of resilience, wisdom, and healing that transcends time and space. We honor the journeys of our ancestors, celebrate our shared humanity, and cultivate a future rooted in love, compassion, and unity. Chapter 15. The Role of Therapy. Therapeutic support plays a crucial role in the journey of healing generational trauma and ancestral wounds. Therapy provides a safe, supportive, and non-judgmental space for processing emotions, exploring trauma narratives, and developing coping strategies for healing and growth. In therapy, individuals can delve into the depths of their experiences, uncovering layers of generational trauma that may be impacting their lives. Therapists trained in trauma-informed approaches can provide guidance, validation, and tools for navigating complex emotions, triggers, and relational patterns. Therapy also offers opportunities for healing relational wounds and repairing attachment bonds that may have been impacted by generational trauma. Through modalities such as family therapy or trauma-focused therapy, individuals can work towards resolving conflicts, improving communication, and fostering healthier relationships within their families and communities. It's important to note that therapy is not a one-size-fits-all approach, and different modalities may resonate with individuals based on their unique needs, experiences, and cultural backgrounds. Some may find solace in traditional talk therapy, while others may benefit from expressive arts therapies, mindfulness-based approaches, or somatic healing practices. Ultimately, the role of therapy in healing generational trauma is to provide a compassionate, empowering, and collaborative space for individuals to navigate their healing journeys, reclaim their voices, and cultivate resilience, well-being, and wholeness. Chapter 16. Ancestral Guidance. Connecting with ancestral wisdom and guidance is a sacred aspect of the healing journey. Our ancestors, with their resilience, wisdom, and experiences, offer valuable insights, strength, and support as we navigate our own paths toward healing, self-discovery, and empowerment. Their presence and guidance become a source of comfort, inspiration, and ancestral blessings on our journey. Ancestral guidance can manifest in various forms, through dreams, synchronicities, intuitive insights, or cultural practices that honor and invoke the wisdom of our ancestors. By cultivating a connection with our ancestral lineage, we tap into a reservoir of resilience, cultural wisdom, and spiritual support that spans across generations. Ancestral guidance also involves healing intergenerational wounds and releasing patterns of trauma that have been carried forward through our lineage. Through rituals, ceremonies, or intentional practices, we can honor our ancestors, offer them healing, and receive their blessings and protection on our healing journey. In connecting with ancestral guidance, it's important to approach with reverence, humility, and an open heart. Each lineage carries its own wisdom, teachings, and blessings, and by embracing our ancestral heritage, we enrich our healing journey and cultivate a deeper sense of connection, purpose, and belonging. Chapter 17. Cultivating Mindfulness. Mindfulness practices offer powerful tools for healing, self-awareness, and emotional well-being. By bringing attention to the present moment with openness, curiosity, and non-judgment, mindfulness fosters clarity, resilience, and inner peace. Whether through meditation, breathwork, mindfulness exercises, or mindful living, cultivating mindfulness enhances our capacity to cope with stress, manage emotions, and cultivate compassion for ourselves and others. Cultivating mindfulness involves developing a daily practice of presence and awareness, tuning into our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations with kindness and curiosity. It also involves cultivating a non-judgmental attitude towards our experiences, allowing them to unfold without attachment or aversion. Mindfulness practices can be particularly beneficial in healing generational trauma, as they help individuals become aware of ingrained patterns of thought, behavior, and emotional reactivity that may stem from past experiences. By cultivating mindfulness, individuals can learn to respond to triggers and stresses with greater equanimity, compassion, and resilience. Incorporating mindfulness into daily life can take many forms, from simple breathing exercises to mindful movement practices such as yoga or Tai Chi. The key is to find practices that resonate with individual preferences and needs, and to cultivate a consistent, compassionate, and non-judgmental attitude towards oneself and others. Chapter 18. Reclaiming Personal Narrative. Our stories shape our reality, identity, and sense of agency in the world. By reclaiming our personal narrative, we assert our power to reinterpret, reframe, and transform our experiences into sources of resilience, growth, and self-empowerment. This process of storytelling, meaning-making, and reframing narratives allows us to reclaim ownership of our lives and narratives, shaping a path of healing, authenticity, and self-expression. Reclaiming personal narrative involves exploring the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, where we come from, and what we are capable of. It involves examining the narratives that have been passed down through generations and discerning which aspects resonate with our truths and which no longer serve our growth and well-being. In reclaiming personal narrative, we become conscious co-creators of our life stories, weaving threads of resilience, empowerment, and authenticity into the tapestry of our identities. This process requires courage, self-awareness, and a willingness to challenge ingrained beliefs and narratives that may be limiting our potential. Through practices such as journaling, storytelling, narrative therapy, or artistic expression, we can explore, reinterpret, and transform our personal narratives. By embracing the power of storytelling, we unlock new possibilities for healing, growth, and self-expression, reclaiming agency and authorship over our lives. Chapter 19. Building a Legacy of Healing. Breaking generational cycles of trauma and pain is a courageous and transformative act that creates a legacy of healing, resilience, and empowerment. Our healing journey becomes a beacon of hope, inspiration, and transformation for future generations, offering them the tools, wisdom, and resilience to navigate their own paths of healing, growth, and well-being. As we heal ourselves, we contribute to a collective legacy of healing that spans across time, generations, and communities. Building a legacy of healing involves embodying the values, practices, and teachings of resilience, compassion, and empowerment that we wish to pass on to future generations. It involves fostering open communication, vulnerability, and emotional authenticity within our families and communities, creating safe spaces for healing and growth to flourish. Building a legacy of healing also involves advocating for systemic change, social justice, and equity to address the root causes of generational trauma and promote healing on a larger scale. By amplifying voices, supporting marginalized communities, and challenging oppressive structures and narratives, we contribute to creating a more just, compassionate, and inclusive world for generations to come. Our healing journey becomes a legacy of resilience, wisdom, and healing that uplifts and inspires those who come after us. It becomes a testament to the power of human resilience, compassion, and transformation, shaping a future rooted in love, healing, and unity. Chapter 20. The Journey Continues. Generational trauma and ancestral healing are ongoing journeys of self-discovery, resilience, and transformation. Each step forward, each moment of healing and growth is a testament to our courage, strength, and capacity for resilience. The journey continues, offering endless opportunities for healing, connection, and empowerment as we honor the past, embrace the present, and shape a future of healing, wholeness, and resilience for ourselves and generations to come. The journey of healing generational trauma and ancestral wounds is not a linear path, but a spiral of growth, evolution, and integration. It invites us to revisit, reframe, and reimagine our narratives, beliefs, and practices with curiosity, compassion, and courage. As the journey continues, we deepen our understanding of ourselves, our ancestors, and our interconnectedness with all of life. We cultivate resilience, wisdom, and compassion that ripple through our families, communities, and beyond, creating a legacy of healing and empowerment that transcends time and space. With each step, each breath, each moment of presence and awareness, we affirm our commitment to healing, transformation, and collective well-being. The journey continues, beckoning us to embrace the fullness of our humanity, reclaim our power, and sow seeds of healing and hope for generations to come. Thank you for spending time here at the World Wisdom Well and learning from Generational Trauma. We hope you find this audiobook nourishing and insightful and use it to reference and refresh time and time again. Thank you for receiving our gift of the heart. Please share this resource with those who may benefit from it. May we all be happy. May we all be well. May we embrace closely within us the daily practice of recognizing the patterns that follow our smaller immediate families, our work families and social families, and our larger, loving one human family.